Hi and welcome to my tutorial. In this tutorial I will show you how to how to make an object, set it as a class first and then make it drop on another object. I'm using 3ds Max 8 for this tutorial, and here we go. First of all, I'm gonna make my perspective view bigger by pressing Alt and holding Alt and pressing W on my keyboard. I'm gonna create a box first. I'm gonna zoom out a bit first. Create a box. We want it quite big. Want it really thin. And this is gonna be our floor. I'm just gonna press F3 on my keyboard. I mean F4, sorry. F4 on my keyboard and G on my keyboard to get rid of grid. F4 brings up the wires on the object, and G turns your grid on and off. Right now we want it off. You can also work with this while you have the grid on, but I just like to have my grid off. I'm just going to create another box which is just going to be a box, and we're going to put the cloth on top of this box. We don't want it too big, just something like that is fine. Now I'm going to press T on my keyboard and go to my top view, press F3, F4 and G on my keyboard. F3 will switch between wireframe and the normal view, and F4 will show you the wires and objects, and G gets rid of the grid. I'm going to create another box. We want it smaller than the floor, than this box, and bigger than this box. So I'm going to create it like, say, that much, like that. Okay. I'm going to put it on the center of this box, and I'm going to go to the modify panel, and where it says length segs, which stands for length segments, I'm going to say 20 for this and 20 for the other one as well. And I'm going to press F on my. I'm going to just middle mouse click on a empty space on my view. Press F and move this up a bit. Press F3, F4, and G. And as you can see, it's kind of thick. We want it as thin as possible, so I'm just going to scale this down a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to press P on my keyboard to go to perspective view. And actually, we're going to go back to front view first. And we're going to make sure that none of these boxes are actually in contact with each other. So I'm going to select these two boxes and move them a bit. Oh God. Move them a bit up. You can select them both by holding Control and selecting them. Now I'm going to go to perspective view again by pressing P on my keyboard, and I'm going to select my cloth. This is going to react as a cloth, and I'm going to go to the modify panel, and from the drop down menu I want to press R on my keyboard and select react to cloth. And now I want to click on this bottom here where it says create cloth collection. Usually you have this panel on the left side, but I've just moved it up here because the thing is like easier to use. So basically click on the create cloth collection and you will see this icon. And now you want to select the other two boxes. Make sure you don't select this box or its logo. So we only want two objects selected, these two boxes, and click on the first option which says create rigid body collection. And when you do that, you will see this icon with three cubes next to or in the middle of these two boxes that you've selected. Okay, now we want to deselect everything, and we're going to go to utilities up here. It's basically at the end where it says create, modify, motion, and things like that. Click on utilities, and you will see something like this, and click on the reactor, the last one, the last option. Click on that, and then open where it says preview and animation. Click on that, and when you see this, click on actually get a nice view of the cloth, and click on preview in window. And when you see this, press P on your keyboard as it says it here. When you do that, it will actually show you how it will look like when the animation is done, and that's how it's going to look like after it's done. Okay, now that we know that it's working fine, we want to close this. And here, if you want, you can mess with the options, the start frame and the end frame. I'm just going to leave this at 100. It will take less time to calculate when we create the animation. Now, before we click on create animation, because if you click on it, you will get this message which says, are you sure you want to create an animation? This action cannot be undone. But because we might just want to get back in here, I'm just going to press cancel, go to edit, and hold. You can also hold Alt and Control on your keyboard and press H, or you can just go to edit, hold. I'm just going to do that. And now I'm going to say create animation, and when it gives me this message again, I'm just going to click on OK, and it will start calculating on here, and you can actually see the progress of it. It will calculate the cloth, how it's going to fall, what reactions it's going to have, and it's going to make sure that the objects don't go through each other, which is kind of nice. So basically you just have to wait for it to get to 100%, and now it's on 70%. Just going to have to wait for it. Alright, it's almost done now. Okay, so now that the animation is done, if I press play on my keyboard on 3ds Max over here, or you can press the question mark on your keyboard, it will actually basically get animated, really. And as you can see, the animation is done. It's quite good. And I'm just going to go to frame 50 just to show you how it looks like. And I'm going to just give you a quick render of this. And this is how it looks like. But it doesn't look smooth enough. So what do? Basically, we select the cloth, and we go to the modify panel, and from the drop down menu we want to choose mesh smooth, and basically just press M on your keyboard a few times and find mesh smooth, and that will smooth your cloth, and basically now it will have a better outcome. It will look better. You can also try turbo smooth. Again, you can find it through the modify list, and that will make it just a bit more smoother, but you will end up with a lot more polygons, which basically is not what you wanted. So this was a small tutorial, a really basic tutorial on how to create a cloth. I hope you enjoyed it. I will come back with some more tutorials later on, hopefully. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching.